Joining me now to weigh in on the shutdown, on Mullen's confirmation, on the Save America Act. He's the Majority Whip for the House Financial Services Committee, Florida Congressman Mike Haridopolos, back on the program. Mike, you can tell I'm a little fired up because, let's be real, I've been throwing shade on Democrats for years, but when Republicans aren't doing their damn jobs, I'm going to throw that same shade, actually twice as much, because I expect more out of the Republicans I support and back. I already know what the demon rats are going to do every damn day, Mike. So let's start with the Save America Act, because if we hope to win midterms 28 and beyond, we better have free, transparent, fair, and legal secured elections. We need it to pass. What's happening on the Hill? Bigger picture, what's happening in the Senate?
Well, as you know, first, I'm proud to say I support that act. We passed it out of the United States House of Representatives and is stymied at this point in the United States Senate because of politics. The nerve of Schumer and others calling it Jim Crow 2. He obviously doesn't understand what Jim Crow was. That's where African Americans not just denied the right to vote, but access to public accommodations, etc. This is racist, what he is saying here today, that somehow Black Americans or Hispanic Americans, minorities, let alone married women, can't figure out how to make sure they're accessed and ready to vote. It's an insult, and we need to push harder and harder to make sure that Americans have confidence in their elections. We remember the Democrats whining in 2016. We fought it, of course, in 2020. Let's bring confidence back to the election and make sure that only Americans vote in American elections. And the provisions in this bill are common sense. A voter ID and proving you're an American citizen. It's not difficult. It's literally a visit to your local health department to get your birth certificate to show you're an American citizen, or if you came here as a foreigner and became an American citizen, of course, you use your documents that show you now an American citizen. It is hogwash, and it's why Republicans need to galvanize in the Senate and force the debate in the Senate and have that, what we call a talking filibuster, and finally have a vote to save America.
Amen. Do you agree with Senator Lee that if Republicans in the Senate won't support this, like their Senate colleagues are doing, like President Trump demands of them, they should be primaried and we get rid of them? And again, isn't Tillis retiring?
Yeah, well, Tillis, now he's leaving office. I think he just enjoys the attention from the press. Whenever you talk bad about against a fellow Republican, guess what? The entire establishment press corps follows you around like a puppy dog. And that's what's happening. He's enjoying the press and all the attention as he's getting ready to leave office. And he's leaving because he no longer has the support of the people in North Carolina. He ran as a conservative, yet here in Washington, he has turned his back on the most basic of issues, that being voter integrity.
All right, let's move on from him, and I won't give him any more oxygen. The shutdown, we're on day 34. The biggest one was last fall, 43. We're most likely going to surpass that. This will be the longest shutdown in history. I know it's only a partial, and this goes to Markwayne Mullen's confirmation as well. Homeland Security, that's what started it all. They didn't like how ICE and CBP were handling the deportations, and so they put this ridiculous laundry list of demands up. And by golly, Schumer and the rest of them are holding firm. They want these demands or they won't reopen. How far are they willing to go? Airports might have to close down, Mike?
Well, again, this is just politics. That's all it is. Just be clear here. This is all about politics. But the reason why they're not afraid of us, they're afraid of their own voters. They know that if they stand up and actually do the right thing, the Democrat primary voters are going to vote them out of office in the Democrat primary. So they're running scared, and they're doing these type of things to appease that radical base. It's totally unnecessary. I was just in the airport the other day. The lines were so long in Orlando, Florida, and people were frustrated. And then the Democrats have the nerve to blame us. Remember, Dan, as you know, we passed this weeks ago. And we said we're going to pass the DHS funding. And we have common sense things in there, like body cameras for ICE agents. You can see what they go through every single day.
Sure.
We also have provisions to give them the training they need because these crazies on the street are trying to get in the way of arresting violent offenders.
All right, you think Markwayne will get the gig next week? I mean, Fetterman already crossed over in that small committee, and you only need what, simple majority, right, to confirm somebody? You don't need the 60.
Majority. He only won by one vote. Remember, as you mentioned, Rand Paul voted no.
I know.
I'm not sure what's going on in Kentucky right now, but I think he will be confirmed next week.
Yeah, it'll probably be 52 to 48, right? We lose one, but we'll gain one. Fetterman says he likes him personally. Rand Paul hates him personally. So whatever, Doc can jump over there. Final one's a real easy one. Speaking of good bills the House passes, I see you guys just passed one this week to deport any illegal alien immediately that commits fraud. Now, obviously, they should be deported if they're here as an illegal criminal alien anyway, but if we can prove they did some fraud to us, like took advantage of Medicare, Medicaid, education money, whatever, just send them packing. You agree with this one from Rep. Taylor?
Yeah, it's common sense. But people shouldn't be coming to America to prey on the system. They should be part of the American dream. And if they're going to come here and prey on the system, there will be a penalty. That's why I probably voted for this bill.
Amen. All righty, Florida Congressman Mike Haridopolos, as always, thank you for coming on, Mike. Appreciate you.